So we posted...
Wait. People hate when we do this.
Yeah, let's not do that. Let's refrain from doing
Sorry,
that.
guys.
Hit up Amanda below, guys. She's like so uncomfortable.
No. Catch you guys later. Hey, what's good?
Just when I realize you've been shutting me out, I start to reach for the sky and nothing's falling down. Ooh, everybody knows how the story goes, but fairy tales have been lying to me. Every time I try, you just run and hide. Now I'm finally feeling free. Tell me, can you see me now? While I rise above the crowd, would I know to make it out your broken world? No, you thought you tore me down. I'm not giving up now, you know. So tell me, can you see me now? Rising above. Nothing's stopping me now. Nothing's stopping me now. Nothing's stopping me. Now I know my feet, they won't fail me now. So thanks for showing me all that I am about. Ooh, everybody knows how the story goes, but fairy tales have been lying to me. Every time I try, you just run and hide. Now I'm finally feeling free. Tell me, can you see me now? While I rise above the crowd, would I know to make it out your broken world? No, you thought you tore me down. I'm not giving up now, you know. So tell me, can you see me now? Rising above. Nothing's stopping me now. Nothing's stopping me now. So can you see me?
Hey guys, welcome to my channel. As you know, Miss Amanda Bucci is here. So we posted...
People hate when we do this.
Yeah, let's not do that. Let's refrain from doing
Sorry,
that.
guys. Apparently that's a really annoying thing that we do.
Okay, so I posted on my Instagram a cute picture of Amanda and I, and we asked for you guys to give us some topics, some questions, just different things that we could talk about on both of our channels. So we've picked out some of the best questions and topics, and we're going to cover a few on my channel and then a few on hers. So if you want to see the rest of this, make sure to check out her channel, and you'll see what are we going to talk about on your channel.
They'll find out. No, I'm just kidding. I'll give you a synopsis.
I'll give you hints.
On my channel, we're going to talk about transitioning into the off season. We're going to tell Emily and I's friendship story, and we're going to talk about how tracking macros changed our fitness journeys, and also what keeps us motivated in the off season.
Also, if you guys want a good laugh, we did our first ever collab, like, what, a year ago?
Oh yeah, we did one that was like,
It was like
we were sitting
10
outside of Gold's gym.
10 things we wish we knew when we started our fitness journey. It's actually a good video. I don't know why I made
It's
fun of
actually
it.
decent, I know, but we were just such big rookies.
It was just
fun.
very cute, and like we were very new in our friendship too, so I think it'll be really funny to like see this one and see how we are,
Right.
and then go back and watch that one.
The dynamic was like way different.
Yeah.
So first question is how fitness changed our lives physically, not only physically, but what lessons that we learned and how it built our character.
I absolutely love this question. So I always say that I'm so thankful for prep, because I feel like for me, throughout every single prep, I've learned so much about myself, good and bad things, both good and bad. And I've learned how to deal with those things and how to overcome those things, and in turn, become a better person. I feel like every prep just further develops my character into a better person than I was before, and I look forward to the next prep so I can continue getting better. But I would without it, but it definitely just, I feel like it helps to kind of throw those things in your face, so you like have to deal with it.
Right, because you have to be like really, really disciplined regardless of what you're doing. Like you and I traveled multiple times during this prep. We still had to stay on track the whole entire time. We still had to like be happy and be around people all the time and do a lot of things and work and continue to do everything that we were doing while being on prep. So I feel like our fitness journeys have changed and our characters have changed because of I guess like our preps and our dieting phases, only because we had to learn how to deal with life while dealing with that extra challenge. It just makes your life 10 times more difficult. So if you can deal with life on prep, you can deal with anything. And it just makes me feel like I can do absolutely anything by having finished multiple preps. I just feel like I'm much stronger, more will-powered, and a disciplined person.
And also, I know for me, like, I randomly went back and watched one of my prep videos, so it's really cool to be able to vlog our preps, because I was watching back on it, and it's like I could see that flip or that key that was turned where I was just in my zone, and I was just like grinding through every part of life, and it was so inspiring for me to watch. I don't know if that's weird to say, but it was inspiring for me to see myself like push past all of those limits and then come out of it on the other end, you know? So for
getting
me,
the chills and like remembering those times and stuff, like
I know when
in
you watch.
Chicago and like New York and stuff like that, we were just like,
it's like you
pushing each other.
literally, you feel like you can overcome anything, like good or bad, that life throws at you. So I know for me, it's a lot of character building every prep, no matter what.
Agree.
Second question.
We're going to talk about periods on prep. So a lot of people ask us, girls, sorry if you're a guy watching this, maybe this can help you with your girlfriend if she's going through like this or something, but we get asked all the time, like pretty much every Q&A that I do, people ask about losing your period when you're on prep, or if you're exercising a lot, or if you're just an athlete.
Or if you end up having it during your competition. Some people don't lose it. So I'll talk about having it during your competition, because my first 3 preps, I've done 14 shows, but the first 3 shows, I actually did have mine the day of my competition. And that seems like, you know, the worst case scenario. And the thing is, if you stress about it, it's going to make it worse, because the stress alone is what's going to bloat you and make you hold water and stuff like that. Honestly, if you are as lean as you need to be, your bloated is not even going to be very bloated. Like, it's not going to be a big deal. The main thing you have to try to control is your mind at that point. There's really not much else you can do. Girls ask how exactly to go on stage and pose when that's happening. You just gotta tuck, make sure everything is good and secure, and it's not gonna, you know, come out at all. You don't want anything to come out. You know, it's a reality though, so make sure you tuck well. Don't stress about it. It will be okay.
Tuck well, don't stress.
And I won first in an overall when I had that going on, and no one even...
Impressive.
I know, no one even knew that was going on. So like, I promise, like 90% of it is gonna be in your head. It'll be fine.
Agreed. Yeah, and I'll talk about losing your period when you're on preps. A lot of people ask that because I'm not sure if like you've maybe lost your period while being on prep, or just not have had it when you're eating low calorie or just really active. I have lost mine during preps, and I've even lost it or didn't get it back during an off season when I was eating in a surplus as well. And obviously that's concerning to a lot of people. I would recommend going to your doctor regardless. Like if you lose it, definitely just go to your doctor and make sure that all of your hormones are in the right spot and all of your levels check out and everything. And like if your doctor says you're 100% healthy and you're still not getting it, then it's actually not that big of a deal. Something that you shouldn't really necessarily worry about, just because as long as the doctor says you're good, all of your hormones are checked out. If they're not checked out, then maybe that's something that you need to like readjust, look back on, ask your doctor, but go to a physician 100% and just get double checked.
Agreed.
Question number 3. Do we ever go on double dates, or would we? We never have.
We never have.
But that's not for any particular reason.
But we would.
Going on double dates is like a established couple is a good way to break the ice with a non-established couple. So if there's ever a reason for us to go on a double date, aka
hit up Amanda below, guys. That leads into the next one. That's, do you ever set up your friends? She's like so uncomfortable.
No. I think Emily would know exactly who to set me up with, which is why she hasn't set me up with anybody yet.
Exactly. We are both very picky, and it's like I'm the protective sister, and Brandon is like the protective brother. So I understand if she has gone on dates and not told us about it. Because we're like, oh yeah? You usually tell me. But.
Yeah, but she hasn't set me up with anybody yet because she's really...
There's no one that's been
picky.
Good enough.
Yeah, she's picky for me.
Simple.
I'm picky for me too. But anyway, we would go on one.
Yeah, we would.
If there happens to be someone, I'm sure that like if you set me up on a double date with someone and we went, it's probably my husband. I just trust your opinion. That's all. Next question. This is going to be the last and final question that we talk about on Emily's channel, but it's going to be something that's important. So we're going to talk about physique enhancing drugs in the bikini world. We're going to cover a couple of topics just to like quickly go over them. How bikini girls have changed, or just bodybuilding in general has changed over the years, how the look has gotten more extreme, have judges' expectations, and how to tell if someone's natural. So we'll start with how bikini has changed over the years and like how the look has gotten more extreme.
The person was asking about just the progression of bikini, and it's not only bikini that's changed, it's all divisions across the board. And I don't know if you guys are aware, but the NPC sent out a letter last year actually, because the judges themselves, never been involved in the organization, they recognize this. And they recognize that even bodybuilders and women's physique, which is kind of like the bodybuilding division for women.
And men's physique.
And men's physique, that every single division was getting bigger and bigger, and they just weren't the true divisions anymore. So they kind of reestablished the rules, reset what they were looking for. This year, Courtney King won the Miss Bikini Olympia, and she's absolutely amazing. We were both like so happy for her, and I think she's is so an amazing representation of the sport. She's such a good person.
Yeah, like, and what her body looks like as well. It's
she
like
has such a
very
great
feminine
physique. Yeah, very feminine, not over the top at all. And I feel like that is a great example of what bikini should look like, and that's probably why she won Miss Bikini Olympia.
Right.
So then you have the question, okay, well, why do you go to some shows and you see that there's some, you know, really softer looks that are winning, and then you see some really hard looks that are winning?
And when we say hard, we just mean very muscular and really, really shredded and dry looking, and these girls are just like really tight, and they hold a lot of muscle mass.
Right.
If that's a confusing term.
Right, and I think one judge explained it really well, and he was saying how what they do when they get up there, at least for the regional level shows, those are all of the shows that are not nationals or pro shows. They basically just have to take the physiques that are most similar. So it's comparing apples to apples. So if 9 out of 10 girls are on the softer side, they're gonna go for the softer, rounder look. If 9 out of 10 girls are on the harder side, they're gonna compare all the hard girls and find their winner from that group.
Right.
And then as far as physique enhancing drugs, people ask, is that used in bikini? Absolutely. There are people who use, and there are people who do not use those during their preps. Is it necessary to use those to win your pro card, to do well, or to do a pro show? Absolutely not. I feel like I can be living proof of that, and a good example for you guys to show you that you don't have to go to those extremes if you love this sport, if you want to be a pro, if you want to compete as a pro. And it's, you know, definitely a personal decision, and I personally decide not to do those things, and I don't by any means judge anyone that does decide to do those. It's just a personal choice and decision you have to make for yourself. There's a lot of comments that are on YouTube and stuff. Me personally, people have been like, I know you're on. Actually, let me tell you this.
Someone said that they know. Oh, let
me tell you this.
They've seen you shoot.
Yeah. So they said they know that they've seen me on PES, and I was saying out loud to Brandon, I was like, oh my gosh, they probably don't even follow my channel because I take First Form supplements, not PES, like they make P Science. And Brandon was like, babe, that means physique enhancing supplements, like drugs. Awkward. Anyway, so I will never argue with someone about that online because there's really no point. Like, they know what they know, even though they don't know me at all. If I ever did, I would tell you.
But that's pretty clear.
Right.
If you can say, the other question was, how do you tell if someone's natural? Honestly, like, you can't tell.
You can't tell, because here's the reality.
I say that as a joke just because I've never been like really shredded and hard, but Emily has.
Yeah, I absolutely
and, like,
have.
Plenty of people say that, like, I can tell because you're really shredded and hard, but some people can, I mean, I'm sure I could get like that in the future or whatever, but regardless, it can happen whether or not you're on drugs or you're not.
Some people say like, oh, the way their delts are, or the way their glutes are, or whatever. The truth is, people hold fat in different areas, and there's not one like tell-all that tells you if they are or they're not. And it is kind of hard, and you're kind of like, I wonder, like, is this physique attainable? And I know for myself, like looking at the Olympia and stuff, at a certain point I was like, is it possible to get to the Olympia without doing that? But I do know for a fact that there are certain people who are not on those things and they do well. And so for me, that's inspiring because I can say like, oh, this is attainable if I just continue to work hard. There's like certain pictures of myself that I'll go back and look on. I'm like, I look huge in that photo, but like in person, I'm like this big around. Like ask some of the people who met me in prep, they were like, you're so much smaller in person. I'm like, I know.
Well, the best way to look like you've gained 10 pounds of muscle is to lose 10 pounds of fat.
Exactly,
Just
because
saying.
it's
like
all
you look
on
bigger
television.
because you can see all of your muscle separations, and as opposed to like when you're in off season, like right now, my arm looks like a noodle. But when I'm in
Not
prep,
really,
you can
but-
like see all the definition and everything, and like
So it looks
that's
like you
it's an
gained
illusion.
muscle, but you didn't.
Right.
You just kind of trim the fat around the muscle that you already have.
Exactly. And that was it. If you guys are interested, come over to my channel. We're gonna finish the Q&A.
Thank you guys so much for watching this video, and make sure to give it a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. We would really appreciate it, and we'll see you over on Amanda's channel. Love you guys.
Catch you guys later. Yay, that was good.